eyes to anime. I was doomed from that very night.
Back in 2003 and 2004, I went to my first anime conventions. And that's what really opened me up to anime, because that was crazy wild. For someone who had never been to a convention before, seeing all that stuff, and I was like, whoa, I want to get into that. And then they had like playing rooms, all these like really off-the-wall weird animes. And then I realized that anime conventions have a lot of fan service lovers, I guess that's what you call the anime. I don't have a lot of them like potency, I guess, but like I got introduced, like, and like I said, I went to this thing on a whim. Ichigo 100%, Himawari,
I forgot about Ichigo 100%.
Yeah, Girls Bravo.
God, it's been so long.
Yeah. And all those got played right in front of me, and I'm like, I don't know if anime is cool or if it's just like stuff I'm not supposed to be watching yet.
Oh, Zitro, I have a story, a YouTube video I need to show you later. I think you will love it.
Alright, that being said, guys, it's 5 minutes away. Just 5 more minutes till we get to the final match of the quarterfinals, guys, and this one is going to be an absolute amazement. We have the United States versus Brazil. Who's going to be able to win? Will the United States be able to keep their will they be able to keep their non-stop flow going, and are they going to be a potential winner for the cup, or will Brazil knock them down a peg and show them that they really have to work for this cup?
You know what? If only to pester you, Z-Trot, I'll go for Brazil that time.
No, that's totally fine. Like, I want the U.S. to win, I do, but I want them to win. I don't want them to just get it. I want them to work for it like they did last year. Because you can ask Deadbeat, I had pretty much given up on the U.S. winning anything for the longest time. I'm just like, nope.
This is kind of, I can confirm this. Like, Zitra will always support the United States. Like, don't get me wrong. Doesn't matter what World Cup it is, he always hype. But it was also kind of like I really want them to win, but I know they're not going to.
Yeah.
And they win the Mania 4K World Cup, and Zitra like blows a basket. Like, he is super hyped.
Well, of course. I mean, they've been working for it for so long.
And then they won the Australian World Cup, and Zitra's probably dead.
Oh, I was super dead. The fact that we won 2 World Cups out of the 4 is absolutely astounding.
5 and back-to-back.
Yeah.
I wish that will happen with France some year.
Oh, dude, you will feel so amazing if it does. Like, because you sit there and you hold out and you want your team to win. You're like, man, I'm giving you all the support I possibly can. And mistakes are made. Stuff doesn't work out the way you want it to. But then one year, they're just going to have their shit together so tight that no one can stop them. And then they'll just blow through the competition. And you'll just be like, yes! Yes!
Alright, we do have a serious question. Not anime related.
Oh, okay. Bring it up.
Alright.
Is yours better than Japan and 4K?
Yes. Well, you know,
I want to say yes.
In general, you know, it would be you would need to ask whether they have more chances in this tournament or if they are, you know, generally better.
Actually, I think the best person to answer this is Juan.
Yes.
Hello.
US? Okay, who's the better team? United States or Japan?
Before anything, hello everybody.
Hello, Juan.
And for that decision, it's actually pretty hard, depending on the round that they are playing. But I would say United States is overall better than Japan. They have 6 players. Japan has only 5, if I remember correctly. That's already a big deal in favor of the United States. And when it comes to endgame stuff, I think the US has a little bit of an advantage. But Japan
Japan has a monster called Interlaser.
I never thought I'd hear those words.
But at the same time, the United States can kind of counter that with Halogen.
Well, the problem here is that Halogen has his limits as well, and Interlaser limits are beyond Halogen's level, and I'm pretty sure about that. Especially in the free mod bracket, I will say. But the thing is that Longnose is probably a thing that Japan can beat the US, but in everything else, I think it's a close battle in favor of the US.
All right, it looks like we'll be getting to our first warm-up here shortly as well. This is going to be a hype one, guys. I don't know, like, obviously you know where my heart is, but that does not mean that's the outcome of the battle. Brazil performed incredibly well last week, and so did the US, but I felt like the US was a little bit off their game. If I can go on out and say that, I'm sorry, United States, I love you. You know I want you to win. I bought my banner for you, but you guys need to step it up, because last week, you barely pulled that.
I get the feeling we've seen this before. This warm-up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I'm like 2000% sure we've seen this before.
One thing that I want to point out about Brazil here is that they don't have Silly Fanger, also known as Nate the Ruvin.
They also know Spoon Guy, so...
Well, Spoon Guy is not playing in the tournament, but Silly Fanger is playing the tournament, and he is probably the most important player on the Brazilian team, especially when it comes to long notes. So yeah, Brazil needs to pick that kind of stuff against the US.
I think Nate is being like Brazil's anchor.
Like, for sure, Gil Hermesiad is probably the man to watch for all the maps, but they really need Silly Fanger for the long note pick, especially because he will probably be useful in every single map, but the free mods, which is where Angie actually specializes himself. But we will see. Right here we have for the warm-ups Gekido, Daiki and Trouble, as we usually see from the United States, against Gil Hermesiad, Felipe Ling and Andrew MC. So I'm pretty sure we are swapping soon into the multiplayer game if we are ready, if we are not already in that. And
this has a background.
Yeah, this is not Halogen's map, don't worry.
Yeah, this is Halogen's map, that's why.
I like how we stole the warm-up from the US. Pretty cool. But anyways, let's see how this map ends up working. Since the difficulty name, I will say this is mostly a trail map, but could be wrong. It's also fitting for this song, I guess. More like a dump, and for some reason Gekido is not playing the map, but this told me. And his score is increasing, which is actually really funny. And he's gone.
I just saw him ghost tap the first notes and then stop.
Hi Gekido.
So, well, better to happen this in the warm-ups than in the actual map, so...
Yeah, seeing a disconnect now is definitely the best place you want to see a disconnect.
Yep. Yeah, that's a difference. Although in the case of France, it didn't, you know, it didn't.
That wasn't so much that wasn't so much a disconnect as it was a.
Yeah.
Eat your veggies, son.
Gosh.
Oh, I would be so mad.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You know, super props to him being able to come right back, you know, and get right into it and help secure a victory. That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's really not easy once, you know, you've broken your stride to get back into a match.
I would have been so tilted.
I'm really, I mean, I'm not really that surprised, but seeing Gil Hermesiad's score is just...
Well, speed is the name of the game for Team Brazil, and they've never underperformed in terms of speed.
Yeah, definitely they never did. Like, Gil is probably the best example for that. He's holding a 99.92 in this dump file, so really good for him. Warming up with this is actually really good for him as well. Like, this song is pretty fast, but it's not too dense, so it's a good thing to warm your fingers up. And it's quite long as well. Although he broke his combo, he still has the best score on the team. I'm a bit afraid of Felipe Ling though, which is holding a pretty low accuracy in comparison to what we should expect from him. For the US team though, Daiki and Crubble are holding their own as place it here for Shadow. And there you have it, first appearance for Shadow in the tournament, I believe.
All right. That being said, Shadow SM is in here, and we should be getting started with our first match in just a moment.
If anyone doesn't know, Shadow SM was in the World Cup last year, but named Ferian, or Ferian, something along those lines.
All right, we did see almost an entire team swap on the US, so they definitely have the members here to, you know, switch it up and keep themselves flexible for whatever might come their way. And that being said, that's going to give them quite a decent advantage, in my opinion.
I agree with the early break, missing the first node already. That's pretty weird. But yeah, definitely the US has that thing that they can bring 3 different players for every single map, so it's easier for them to specialize. As you can see, Halogen accuracy will be strong to be selected in every single map, but you have Shadow speed and Seep stamina, you have Daiki SB reading and Gekido's long range performance. So really strong team overall.
It's kind of a A-team of Osmania. Like everyone has their specialty, but they're all very good overall.
I didn't mention Crubble, but Crubble is pretty similar to Halogen as well. He's pretty much there for every pick, then someone lags a little bit off. But anyways, every single member here in the US is still holding 100%, which is really, really impressive. I think it's the first time we're seeing this happening for that long in the quarterfinals. Even though everyone is still holding the full combo, score difference is quite low, around 15,000. But Gil Hermesiad with the miss in the unbelievable section there. There was simple nose and that's it. But he managed to find a break over there. I don't know why. Maybe he was trying to check the scores. Yeah,
and,
that will be a thing.
I would like to note, United States is sitting on a triple double S at the moment. Just saying.
Yeah, it's incredible how good the United States is performing on this map. But even with all the consistency they have, Gil is dropping his combo already, so 3 full combos against 2 is already a big advantage. But even though they're not edging the gap so far, they're still holding strong. But the United States team is just not giving the chance to the Brazilian one to actually come back here. Halogen still with 100%, the only one remaining, and he will take it into his bag.
What's with the parents today? Apparently, Gil Hermesiat did break because his parents went to speak to him during the song. Yeah.
I mean, anyways, even though if he managed to get a full combo, that was clearly not enough. You can see Felipe Ling standing a bit behind in accuracy. And if you tell that 99.7 is a bit behind of accuracy, you can tell the level of this match.
Yes.
999.5 thousand points for Halogen here. Incredible ratio by him as always. Sip not falling behind, only 1/200. Same for Shadow with 2. And even though the Brazilian team pulled out a really good fight on this map, was not enough. Let's see what the US tries to go for now. And it will be Rave 7. What a surprise. Probably sticking with the same roster. Yeah, picking the maps that are usually not being picked.
And this will be our first time seeing Rave 7, correct?
Yes, indeed.
Oh, yes. Very much so.
I find this song so bad.
Apparently, this is also called Hell 7, and Off-Sync 7, and Nightmare 7.
Doesn't surprise me that it was banned so many times.
It wasn't banned 7 times.
Oh my. I mean,
anyway, yeah, you go ahead.
Yeah, they're trying to basically push one of the hardest map there is of the pool there.
Well, I won't say this is the hardest map of the pool. It probably is, but probably only for speed. Like, if you can handle the speed, it's not a hard map, usually. But I will call maps like, I will say, Foolish Hero, Playtime to be, in general, harder, but they are harder in a different way than this map. This map is pure speed. If you have that, you will be fine. It's like one of those only maps where you just have one skill set being tested.
All right, and we're getting started, everybody.
Let's see if we get 100% here on Rape 7. I'm looking at you, Halogen, and Gil. I wouldn't be surprised if Shadow gets a really good score on this one as well. He's a speed monster. But let's see. A choke can indeed happen anywhere for this kind of maps. As you can see, the Brazilian team is already falling apart so early into the song already. And yet one break from entry, 98.5, a little bit behind, against 200% from Halogen and Shadow. Shadow finding a break. Oof.
I'm seeing why people didn't really want to play this.
Yeah, it's looking like that is the main reason here is the speed, but Shadow and Zype both holding incredible combos at this moment. Shadow and Zype, Halogen and Zype. Shadow actually seeing a miss. Andre and Felipe Link and Gilzer, they're all doing, or Gilzer Mizet, I always mess that name up. They're doing okay, but it's not going to be enough here.
I don't know, man. Look at Sif, he already broke his combo and Halogen dropped his 100%. And this is the point where Gilzer and Mizet can make a big difference. Felipe is catching up really well as well. And as soon as Andre keeps this up, a break from the US can definitely change stuff. There's no more not match map remaining, but Sif is still dropping accuracy and the scores are getting closer.
That is very true. But can it be a from behind victory here?
Oh,
it's definitely going to be a from behind
huge
victory.
amount of times and Brazil is taking the lead now. And oh my god, they will take it. Andre with a miss, Shadow as well, and the score with 4,000 points goes in favor of Brazil.
Wow.
Double break point here. Amazing performance by Brazil, and I called it that they had to be careful at the end.
Well, this is why this map is banned so much, because it's such a risky pick. Like, you mess up and get multiple misses at once and your score just tanks.
And now the series are tied once again. 1-1, and Brazil has the pick. Still hold for the Brazilian team here.
Yeah, it definitely was a from behind victory for Brazil. They got that at the very last moment. We'll be going into our next one in just a moment.
Oh, that's just awesome.
I wonder what Brazil will pick now. It will be Lean Room. This map is actually a good pick, I will say.
Okay, not Shiva's. Sad face.
Well, this map has... We already saw this quite a few times already. This map is mostly a consistency test at the early beginning, accuracy and speed. But at the end, they get into a section of long nose that is really hard to master. And the US has issues in general when it comes to long nose. So Brazil might have an advantage here if they can keep up into the early beginning of the song. Seems like Shadow is sticking this time, and I'm a little bit worried about it. He's not best when it comes to long nose in the US team. Trouble though will be replacing Sif. First point that the United States wins in the loses in the whole tournament. Worth pointing out. There is only one team that's still undefeated so far in the tournament. Can you guess which one is it?
Oh.
Or actually, it's not, because South Korea lost a point against Netherlands. That's true. There's no more teams that are undefeated in the tournament.
And that's good, you know, because sweeps are not great.
Definitely not. Unless you are the one winning. In that case, it's always amazing.
Yeah, but you know, for everyone else, including the people, you know, watching the match.
Oh yeah. Like, sweeps are boring to watch for sure. It's always cool to see both teams fighting for their tries and to get the best scores they can win.
Oh,
like, give the chance to anyone.
Coming from the guy who's currently the only team to sweep of this weekend.
Well, there were 2 wins by default, so technically we're not the only team.
Did you say that wasn't a sweep though? There was no match.
Well, anyways, here Shadow finding a miss, that will give the lead instantly to Brazil, which is holding quite strong. Shadow is having some issues today, and I wonder why is that.
Well,
Brazil keeps this up until the knockdown section. This will be a map.
Yeah, saying that it gave the lead to Brazil is a little bit early to say that, as the scores have been flickering back and forth. But as you said, the long note section towards the end might be US's downcoming. Hopefully they'll be able to iron through it with no issues, but if they can't keep their consistency up, Brazil will take another point on them.
Yep, and there we go to the long note section. Felipe Ling is starting to struggle, and the lead goes back to the United States here. But scores are flickering back and forth again. Shadow finding a miss over there, and now Brazil is on the lead once again. And quarter mile remaining. One more miss
Shadow
for the
missing
US.
again.
Yeah, that's pretty bad for the US, and I don't think there are too many long notes remaining now. It's all about consistency and accuracy, and Brazil seems to be the one taking this one again. 2 points in a row.
You know, even if Felipe Ling had an accuracy of 99.30, which is overall not that good.
It's exactly the same accuracy as Shadow.
Yes. If Shadow didn't miss, it would have changed. Well, if he kept his combo, that would have changed some things. But all in all, it was Brazil's accuracy which made them win. The consistency.
Yeah, that was an amazing performance there for Brazil. Halogen with 1/100, really close to get an amazing score on that map. Still getting a better score than Enrico, even though they had the same accuracy. Guitar Messia, though, with the best score of the match here. Really good job by him. Sadly for the US, Shadow had a little bit of issues, and I'm pretty sure now they will be Foolish Hero. As I see Daiki joining instantly, this smells like Foolish Hero, and there you have it. SV pick now. Andre is doing fantastic on this match. Word to point out as well. But this map will be the complete test for these 2 teams. This is risky for the US, and they know it, because if Brazil practices this one, they need to rely on Gekido and Daiki's ability for SVs here. Let's see. This is a good match, and it's starting to get even better. Foolish Hero, SV maps.
Yeah, Twitch chat, I'm about to cry for my team. That's definitely going to happen if we see an upset here. Well, it's an upset for me. Brazil's definitely going into this strong. It looks like they've thought this through pretty well. The US is going with a lot of risky picks, while it would make for awesome if they're able to pull them. Losing those points on those risky picks is not something they really want to be doing.
I think this is the first time of the whole history of tournaments, like probably not in 2014, but since 2015, it's the first time that the United States is actually down in score.
Wow.
It took 1 year exactly, because tomorrow you have like 1 year of since last Mania World Cup started. So 1 year took them to take 1 point for the US, and now being down on the lead.
I wouldn't really call this a risky pick for the US, because from what I saw in their practice, both Halogen and Gekido were very close to double S-ing this map.
Yeah, but that was in practice. That is now.
You can always miss on the tournament run, because you have to remember every single moment. As you can see, scores is flashing back and forth. Gil and Halogen being the only 100% so far here. And everyone's doing a really good job in general for the SVs. Daiki is definitely showing his strength here, given that difference of accuracy that the United States needs to take that lead in his favor. No breaks yet, though.
But Gekido breaks is there.
don't think that will be enough to bring the lead back to the US. Accuracy-wise, it's really far ahead.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. But
They can go anywhere.
If any of the United States works again, that is another story.
Oh man, this is so close at the moment. We still have half of map remaining, and no one has dropped his combo. Bad Gekido from the United States. You can see the score difference. It's around 10,000. It's not even that big, and a drop can definitely change stuff here. Andrew dropping a bit of accuracy there for Link as well in the trails, and almost dropping his combo over there, saving that, but giving the US a big advantage, even bigger than what they had already. Gil is still the best score so far, but it's not enough to bring Brazil into the lead by any means. They need a break from the US, and it's not happening. Consistency-wise, Daiki and Halogen are just pulling a god mode right now.
Go! Go! Go!
Oh, the accuracy drop at the end is not going to matter that much. The map is almost over, and the US will take this one.
All right.
Wow,
it was a risk. Yeah, it was a very risky pick, but it paid off, and they brought that 2-all. We have a tie at the moment. Oh man, the tiebreaker hype feels real yet again. I feel like this could go either way.
Well, both teams already won in their own picks, and both teams already lost in their own picks as well. So this is definitely a really hard to predict matchup. Foolish Hero being a risky pick, but working out for the United States, even though we have 0 misses between the 6 players. You can tell the amount of effort these players are putting before the actual match. Gekido dropping his combo with a slider break, but yet not a miss. So let's see what Brazil decides to go now. Pilot Gamma is going to be, so time for some mod. And I know that Halogen has 100% here on Hard Rock with this map, so let's see if this pays off for the US. Gekido's being instantly replaced by someone else. I wonder who will be Zip or Shadow.
Okay, just a heads up. This has now appeared in every single match. It has been picked up 5 times and once.
So this is the map that has been most picked so far? Or is it Chinese restaurant?
Nope. Chinese restaurant got picked up 4 times. Gypsy gets to pick 5. Yeah, so this and Gypsy gets this pick the most 6.
Well, that's actually true. I almost forgot. Andrew MC can do Flashlight Hard Rock. That's such a big deal for the Brazilian team if Andrew can pull out a good score.
It'll be interesting to see if he can pull it off though.
We'll see though. He's telling that he plays better with only Flashlight, so he might not play with Flashlight Hard Rock, instead just with a visual mod. I'm pretty sure that everyone in the US will go with Hard Rock. There are no reasons to not do that.
Speaking of US, looks like we are missing one.
Yeah, that's actually true.
We have a Halogen, we have a Shitter, and we have a...
Empty client.
We have a Halogen background.
It will most likely be Zif or Zif, however you pronounce his name.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Oh, and quickly, Halogen's risking the flashlight?
Ooh, is Halogen going to play Flashlight Hard Rock? That is a risky decision though. It might pay off.
Oh, nope.
Oh yeah, that makes sense now. Zip is going to replace Nike here though. Again, the speed roster for the United States being assembled here. Halogen, Shadow, and Zip.
Alright, this should be really interesting here. It does look like the US is only going to go Hard Rock on this, so we won't see any type of flashlight play. But is that going to be the same for Brazil?
Pretty sure Gil and Felipe will go Hard Rock and Andrew will go with Flashlight only, which is a good decision, I will say, because Flashlight Hard Rock might be too risky for Andrew. Even though this is their pick, they might have to go for the risky decision. Otherwise, they should have go for another map to be selected instead. But no, there will be flashlight hard rock for Andrew. You have the risk, and Brazil has the mod advantage. Let's see if this ends up working out for Brazil or not. Risky choice, but that's what you have to make against the US. Hitting a little bit too late, Andrew, but starting to get into the comfort zone closely. Oh man, Andrew and Shadow both missing in the exact same spot. Andrew's getting too late. He needs to recover.
Gil actually seeing a miss as well, though. That's not going to be good for Brazil.
That was a huge one, man. Like, he dropped a huge amount of nodes and accuracy there. He jumped from like 100% into 98. The US has a massive lead now. Look at that.
Yeah, that is not good. If Andrew can hold the accuracy and bring it to about a 98, 99, that should be a pretty good point advantage for Brazil, but they have to be able to bring it back to that point. And Andrew seeing another miss there is not going to be great. Felipe Link playing incredibly well, but Halogen and Zeth both holding very high combos and accuracy, if not full combos. Shadow is trailing behind, but the accuracy continues to climb.
Yeah, they have no chance now. Brazil is definitely out for this one. That was a break point for the United States. Really nice job there by Halogen and Sif holding the full combo. A risky decision ended up working a backfire for Brazil. And now the US is leading 3-2 with their own pick. .89 for Halogen, only 4 200s and 180 normal 300s. That's just amazing.
Yeah, that is scary.
Yep.
I wonder what the US will pick right now, because they already saw that Brazil can take them down when it comes to speed picks if they make a single mistake. So maybe something like Lefruit Defendu can be a good pick here for the US. If not, something like a Summon of the Beast battle might make sense for them, I will say.
What does it mean?
They might be just kind of, you know...
Nah, he's just telling that he will get like they will left him behind or something, like abandon him. But that's not the case, he's just joking. Gil is actually telling him to relax a little bit, that that kind of stuff happens in tournaments, not let the pressure get into them.
Relaxa, I got.
The United States is still talking about their pick. They're still not decided, and this is really important for them because they need to win this one and bring this to match point. That will give a huge amount of pressure to the Brazilian team, and it will be a really good thing for the US. They will feel pretty relaxed for the rest of the match.
Which means she runs?
I don't think she runs will be the pick for the US. That is pretty risky. Like I said, Lefruit Defendu, Summon and Beast battle are the ones that make more sense for me. Maybe even Ika-sama light game, but that's also on the risky side in my opinion as she runs.
I think Ultimate Ascension might be a decent pick as well.
Yeah, I mean, I know we want to see she runs, but in all honesty, it's probably not a good idea, and the stakes are really high. US needs to pick something they know they can excel at, not something they just want to see played.
They are not in the position of risking at all.
Yeah, maybe if they were 2 points ahead, then yeah, go ahead. But, you know, there's no sense in putting yourself in unneeded risk if no need to.
Just shoot the one with circles. There are no circles, only bricks and noodles.
puts a heart on this map, that means this might be a wrong pick for the US. I wonder if he will be. Imagine if, like, Brazil takes this point. I will flip my table.
I require pictures to confirm your table flip.
I cannot flip my table because I don't have a table to flip.
Well, that's not fun. You shouldn't even talk about flipping a table. Flip a desk. You don't have a desk?
No, it's literally a wood table. It's not even a table, it's just a wood thing that is sticking to the wall. I cannot
But
flip it.
here's the important part. Is it flippable?
I can flip my keyboard if that works.
No.
No, we don't want you to damage your keyboard. We want you to smash your table. All right, that being said, it looks like we're going to get into this, guys. Things are going to heat up really hot here. This is a potential lead into match point for the U.S. if they win this one. But if Brazil wins this, we are looking at 3-all, another tie, and then it's just tooth and nail at that point on who's going to be able to pull this away.
No. Andre got the wrong scroll speed. I cannot believe it.
What?
He's having a scroll speed issue.
Well, he's just played
He forgot to
flashlight.
change the flashlight one.
Oh, he cut out. I don't think that's going to work, though. Oh, no.
I don't know if this will be a rematch or not. I'm pretty sure the US will like to have a rematch anyways. Yep, there you have it.
Yep.
Remake of the room. That's a drop from Andre, and Brazil will take the rematch. The scroll speed issue for Andre from playing flashlight. Hopefully he noticed soon enough to not make that count.
Well, it does look like he is back, so hopefully we should be restarting this match very shortly.
Well, yep, seems like we will have a rematch here, like a remake for this particular song.
Yeah, they got saving grace there. I don't think that was supposed to be okay, but you know,
I think it's fine, honestly. Like,
yeah. I suppose it's all good, you know, the scroll speed mess up from flashlight, that does suck. And, you know, I could have sworn you were able to switch that on the fly, but I guess you can't anymore.
the problem is that you have to jump from 11 to like the 24. That's a lot of time.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
You can also only do it in the first, like, few seconds of a map.
But anyways, now focusing on the map, seems like the US is on the lead, and Andrew, even though he managed to fix his scroll speed, is the first person dropping the combo here, Shadow being the second one following up. Felipe Ling is the third, and only 3 remaining, Skill and Halogen still with 100%. And the score difference is actually not that big, around 20,000 points.
Yeah, any drop could change. As for now, could change the outcome of the map. But yeah, 21,000 difference.
Yeah, really
That's
close matchup here. A
one
drop
drop and
can
a
change
half.
stuff. I would say 2, maybe 3 drops, because the accuracy advantage is not too big, but Andrew and Felipe are really behind at the moment. Anyway, let's see. Now we're about to enter into the second section that is part of this map. And now with the break, you have with the burst once again, and the clouds are coming soon enough. Trouble is doing really well as well, maintaining that 99.91 is such an important thing for the US. Halogen and Gil still not dropping the 100%. Nice job at them as well.
Yeah, very impressive plays from the US right now. Halogen just being, you know, a machine. Gil being a machine right alongside Halogen's like, anything you can do, I can do better. They're definitely fighting neck and neck. And it really just all relies on Shadow, Crubble, Andrea, and Felipe Link to determine who's going to be able to win this one.
I don't know. This is the part where it can't be drops. And
oh no, Crubble
with the hands.
drops.
And Andrew funding a drop. The jump turns are going so fast, but everyone managed to nail them. And the score difference is now getting closer because both teams had that miss. And in the gluts, Andrew finding another one, and that probably will seal the deal for the United States now. And that was a close fight, but it was decided at the end. But this last drill might be the thing, though. I don't think, though, Andrew finding another miss, and this will be it. US is now leading 4-2, and Brazil needs to pick to save their own lives in the winner brackets. Look at the ratio from Halogen. What is going on? Man, look at that 300 count by Halogen. Wow. That is just out of my mind.
Yeah, that... Oh! I just looked over and I was like, yeah, that is an... Oh my goodness, it's 91. I thought maybe it was going to be like 100 or something. I look over to check it and it's like, nope, it's 91. That is 100. Crazy.
Oh my gosh. Now Brazil needs to pick to survive. If they don't win this next pick, United States will advance and face the United Kingdom in the winners bracket semifinals, and Brazil will end up facing, pretty sure it will be Singapore in the losers bracket semifinals. We will see though. Playtime might be the pick that Brazil needs over here. Might be a bit too risky, but I cannot think about too many other picks that works from Brazil. Maybe She Runs can be a decent option, since we saw Shadow dropping so many times already in this match. He's not having the best of the days, but that's the first and probably the only thing that comes to mind besides Playtime. And Playtime is also risky by its own because of the jacks and the long notes. Anyways, let's see what Brazil decides to go for. This is a crucial point for them. They need to win this one. And the Brazilian team is taking their time. Makes a lot of sense though. They really need this time to decide. This is the last pick that Brazil would make, even if they win.
And yes. Oh, le fruit défendu.
I don't like this pick.
Head on.
SVs, man. SVs favors the US in general, so...
Yeah, but what else can we do?
Well, the thing is, it's SVs and LNs, and Daiki's one of the better players for SVs, but he's weak on LNs.
Well, he's not that weak on LNs. I'm more worried for Daiki in the one-handed trails, so...
It'll likely be Halogen, Trouble, and Gekido. There you go.
Yep. Oh man, this is the moment. This is the point where stuff can go to Brazil's favor, to potentially force a tiebreaker, or to seal the deal already for the United States.
Oh man, and what a kind of map to play for the potential final right here, you know? Like, there's just so much feeling into this.
Wow, 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 wow. I think Summoner Beast battle is more fitting, honestly, but this works. And there you go. Time to start here. Felipe Ling is taking a little bit of time to glow. There we go. Everyone is ready to start. Let's see. Trouble finding a 200, I think, on the first note, or maybe a 100. Same for Andrew. And Halogen actually had a big mistake on the early beginning for some reason in terms of accuracy. Anyways, Andrew is having a hard time on this map. Like, you can really tell, 97%, almost dropping to 97.5. He needs to recover though. Trouble is not on the best shape either, so that makes the stop a little bit more closer than what it should be. Trouble finding a miss though in the long notes might give some hope to the Brazilian team. And with the SV still on the road, we might see something weird happening. 100 trills though. Not hurting too much any of these two teams.
Felipe Ling, that miss there, that is going to not be too good, but things are still kind of close. We have about half the map left. Will the United States be able to close this now, or is Brazil going to be able to come back? Trouble actually seeing a miss.
This is this sort of section that can turn down the table into another favor. Trouble finding a miss, but not going to be enough to keep Brazil the lead, although the scores are really close. Everyone's dropping on that section. Gekido and Halogen still standing strong, and that will probably be the reason because the US will probably end up taking this point. Nice job there on those SBs. There's still one more, I think. 30,000 points of difference. Trouble finding another miss, but not going to be enough. Felipe dropping a huge amount of accuracy over there. Andrew is not being able to keep up either. And even with Gil getting the best score overall, he will not be able to carry his team into the victory now. And the United States will shine, getting 5-2 into the semifinals winner bracket against the UK.
Wow. Well,
yeah, that is absolutely nuts. The U.S. is going to take that victory. Brazil giving a very awesome fight back, though, taking 2 points from the United States, which was quite impressive. That being said, we will be getting into our map
pool showcase, perhaps?
Yes, we will be getting into the map pool showcase in just a little bit here. And then after that, make sure not to go anywhere, though, folks, as we will be going over what matches we did have today. So, hopefully you enjoy the map pool showcase, and we'll see you in just a bit.
Careful of your eye holes.